All right, so we're going to get an LLC online, and we're also going to apply for an EIN, Employee Identification Number, online so that you can have that number to submit with your W-9 as opposed to your personal Social Security number, because your entity will have its own Social Security number essentially. So the 3 links that you're going to need are in the email I sent you or underneath the YouTube video. The first link will take you to the Secretary of State website where you can search to see if the name that you want is going to be available. The second website will take you to the actual application process or online submission process for the LLC once you have the name that you want. And then the last thing we're going to do is, once the LLC is established, you go to the irs.gov website and we apply for the employee identification number, which it will give you on the spot. So the first link, let's go here and just search really quickly what name we want. And by the way, that's all you're going to need. Is you're going to need the name that you want to apply for, and then also the credit card that you're going to use to pay for the LLC when you submit it online. So when we look for a name, by the way, you don't need to log in up here. You just go straight to the bottom where it says search criteria. If you put in something generic like Atlanta something or other, and you do a search, like I was going to search for Atlanta Enterprises. If I do that search, you don't have to change anything else. You just put in the name and then do search. It'll find anything that looks like that, and these are the names that are already taken. So what I want to do here is maybe pick something that's a little bit more generic. So I'm just going to a little bit more specific. So I'm going to put Chinny Enterprises LLC. And don't forget to include the LLC at the end of that. And it's doing the search. It'll say no results were found, which means that I can use that name right here. So I'm going to use Chinny Enterprises LLC. I can close this out and go to the actual website now where I'm going to create the LLC online. So I'm going to come in here. It's saying to log on. I have to register for a CGov 360 account. So I'm putting my username, my email address, password, address, and register. Okay, once I've done that, it will send me to where I can actually create the LLC. I want to create a LLC domestic online. That's what you want to put right here. So you want to click this link right here under limited liability company. Hit next. I didn't order a name reservation, so I'm just going to skip this step and hit next. So I'm doing an individual, so I'll just leave that up there. An individual filer, I'm going to put John Chin, my address, add the filer, hit next, business name, Chinny Enterprises LLC. Don't forget to add the LLC on there. Then I'm just going to fill out the address, just my personal address, where I get my mail. So under registered agent, you want to click is a non-commercial agent. You want to click yes there because it's going to be yourself. Then you'll put in your name, your email address again, and your mailing address. And I have to put the Georgia one up here because I don't live in Georgia. And then your county. Organizer is going to be individual. Same thing. Add organizer. And it looks like I'm done. I have my business address in there, my personal address. I have the name of the company with today as the effective day. I have the registered agent, that's myself, and I have the organizer, that's myself. And I'm going to hit next. Hit next. Signature block. For signers, I'm just going to put same thing. And I'm just going to go down here to Member Manager and click on Member Manager. For capacity, add signer. I'm going to hit next when it asks me for another signer. And I don't need to expedite this at all, so I'm just going to leave this be, because if I expedite it, the next day service is $100, the same day is $250, and I don't need it that bad. So I'm just going to hit next here. The amount due is $100, so I'm just going to put in my credit card number of, or you can do an automated check and put that information in there. So hit next. And then you hit next again to confirm. Okay, then we go to the bottom of the page, submit. And that does it. If you click on Services Management, then it will show you that there is a work order ID in place. Basically, they are processing the new filing, the LLC. So now it's just a matter of waiting. Once we have the LLC set up and confirmed, then we will apply for our employee identification number. Okay, once we've gone through the process online, you want to confirm that it went through the state of Georgia. So to see if it was approved, just go on to the Georgia Secretary of State Corporate Division's website here a few days later after you filed it. It takes a few days to do this. But you'll go on here, you'll log in, and then you'll click this tab, Approve Services. Once you've clicked that tab, you'll see here that if it was approved, you'll see a work order ID, and it shows you there are some documents attached to this. Now, the name of my LLC I just put in here was Chinny Enterprises LLC. So if I click this plus sign, it'll show me the 3 documents they sent me once this was approved by the state. The first thing is the receipt or the invoice. That's the bottom one. Then the one right above that is your articles of organization. And then above that is the PDF file, your certificate of organization. You want to click on each one of these and save them in some type of folder on your computer there so that you can use them later. You'll need the top 2 there to take to the bank to set up your bank account for that LLC. And that way, going forward in the future for tax reasons and otherwise, and liability and so forth, when you're invoicing anybody, you have a personal business account that you can use for all of the income that's coming in. So those 2 certificates there, your certificate of organization, or your certificate of organization and your articles of organization, those 2 documents are what you'll take to the bank with your ID, and then you'll be able to set up your account. We're going to do the employee identification number right now that we have those 2 set up, okay? So that's pretty much that. We're going to do the EIN, and we'll go from there. Okay, when we're filing for our EIN, you can't do this step until after your articles of incorporation have been approved, because you'll have to reference some of the information on that. So begin application, we're going to click this link at the bottom. And I'm going to be clicking in here. Limited liability company is the first thing that we're going to click, because that's what we formed at the state level in Georgia. Just click on continue. Then tell us more about the members of the LLC. How many members are in the LLC? I'm just going to put 1 here. Select the state or territory. I'm going to put in Georgia. Hit continue. Hit continue again. You want to click choose one reason that best describes why you applied for your EIN. Started a new business. Click continue. Who is a responsible party? You want to click the individual. Click continue. And then we want to put in our information. Just your name and social. I am one of the owners or members of the LLC. You want to click that option, hit continue. And then you do your information here, your mailing address. Do you have an address different from the above where you want your mail sent? I'm going to put no here, hit continue. Legal name of the LLC must match the articles of incorporation or your articles of organization. So you want to put in here exactly as you put it in. So I'm going to put Chinny, in my case, Chinny Enterprises LLC. Trade name doing business as, just skip that. County where LLC is located. It's automatically populated my county and my state. In your case, it would be probably a county in Georgia where you live. The state territory where articles of organization are filed, and I'm going to put in here Georgia. LLC start date, I'm just going to pick this month. Hit continue. And you just want to click no to all these fields here. Tell us more about the LLC. No, 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 and no. Hit continue. And then I'm just going to click real estate right here. This isn't really anything more than just some stats that they keep. It has nothing to do with how you file your taxes. So just pick a industry right there, hit continue. you have chosen real estate, just put other, and I would just type in acquisitions. Hit continue. And now I want to receive the letter online, because this is going to be my EIN paperwork. It'll show a confirmation and my actual employee ID number. And here's all the information that I just submitted. I'm going to hit submit. And then it says, boom, there's my PDF file for my EIN number. It was super easy. Here's the actual number right here that was assigned. And you'll need that when you go to the bank. So when you go to the bank to set up your bank account, you need your EIN number, you need your articles of organization from the state, and you need your certificate of organization from the state, and of course your identification. And it's as easy as that. So I'm going to click on this right here, and this pulls up a piece of paper that looks like this. And up here is your EIN number. So there, that's how easy it is to set up a corporation, get your bank account, and set up your IRS stuff for this. And make sure, of course, you're going to save that to your hard drive, along with all the other setup documents from the state. So really, you have three that are most important: your articles of organization, your certificate of organization, and your employee ID number.